Thanks. We're really tight on time.
Okay.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, come this way. Hi, I'm Brandon Bernstein. This is my wife, Tracy. And we're here in Indianapolis at our home. Obviously, as you can see, this is my man cave, so to speak, our trophy room. This is our history, our racing history, that is. Obviously, as you can see, this has been our life as drag racers. My father, Kenny Bernstein, as you may know that name, he is a famous drag racer. Just amazing. I mean, the guy, I mean, he's won 6 championships, you know, funny car championships, top fuel championships. He's got 4 funny car championships, 2 top fuel championships, and the biggest thing that everybody knows is that he was the first to 300 miles an hour. He did that in 1992 at Gainesville Raceway, and that was the biggest milestone of drag racing to this day.
Herbert, Brandon Bernstein will be over in the right lane. And there is the grandfather of Brandon, that's Bert Bernstein. Dave?
82 years old yesterday. He's hoping he can get Brandon off the schneid, his first trip to St. Louis.
The win light to Brandon. 4.60 seconds. Look at Grandpa. He is loving it. 326 miles an hour. Kenny Bernstein gives Tim Richards a pat on the back, says, good job, boys. We are going to the finals.
I didn't race anything growing up, nothing. I played soccer all my life. I played club ball, high school ball, 2 years at Texas A&M in college. My dream was to race. But I'd never raced anything in my life, and he told me, get your degree and then we'll talk. And so, you know, once I got my degree, I went to him and I said, hey, I got an offer here, I got a job offer here, but this is what I really want to do. I want to race. He said, all right, well, you come on board, you're gonna start at the bottom. You're gonna,
there's no silver spoon here.
No silver spoon. People always ask me, well, what kind of happened? Well, you know, in these race cars, when it's on race day, you know, when it loses traction, you try and pedal the car because you're trying to beat the other guy to the finish line, because that was what was going on with the other car. Well, I just kept pedaling it and it just got out of hand. And when it got out of hand and it got so loose, at about 150 miles an hour, it got too loose and I hit the wall. And when I hit the wall with the back end. And when it hit the back end, it fractured my T3 vertebrae and fracture and separation. And when it did that, it separated my vertebrae and it actually pinned my vertebrae on the spinal cord and indented on the spinal cord, but didn't sever my spinal cord. Extremely lucky.
Essentially, he could have been a paraplegic, or quadriplegic.
Yeah, absolutely, because it was so high. T3 is up in between your shoulder blades, so you know, I would have been definitely paralyzed, you know, from almost the, you know, shoulder blades down.
So in 2008, we went ahead and got married, and we knew we wanted to start a family right away, which, you know, just put a little more stress on everything. I mean, both of us, but on me as a wife, and just thinking emotionally and thinking about the fact that, okay, now we're going to have little children that we're going to bring into this. And so I think about, okay, you know, we go to these races and there is that element of danger. And I mean, he's, you know, literally strapped to this beast that can shoot off like a rocket. And to be honest, I mean, we've lost 3 friends. So it's not, I mean, it's no joke. I mean, this is a real deal that it truly happens. So for me, I do rely on my faith, absolutely. I pray, but you know, this is real. It's real life. It's not this. I can't just not be concerned and not worry. And once we had the children, it was kind of, I wasn't at every race, and which actually made it harder for me, because it's like when I was there, even though I knew I couldn't control it, you still have that some sort of, well, I'm here, so it's going to be better, or it's going to be okay, you know. But you know, then he would go on the road by himself, and here I was with the kids and just hoping and praying that he's going to be okay. But unfortunately, you know, things keep happening, and the dream isn't exactly what we thought it was going to be. I mean, injury keeps coming back, and financially, it's not what we expected.
No, not at all. I mean, yeah, the injury, you know, got another back injury. You know, I mean, the one that, you know, I had my crash with was in with T3. Well, now I've got, you know, another injury, and now I've got a L5-S1, you know, herniated disc that I had to have surgery on 3 years ago. And that's kind of, you know, where we're at right now. You know, I've got pain and numbness and nerve damage down my leg and in the top of my foot. And, you know, it's like, what do you do? You know, it's like, this is what you've always done in your life, is, you know, drive race cars, you know. So now we're at a point where, you know, we've got to make, you know, life altering changes, and we've got to make decisions of what we're going to do.
So we started kind of thinking of options, and you know, a friend of ours, a neighbor, moved in across the street, and we became really good friends. Our kids became friends, and it's just crazy sometimes how, I mean, it's such a small world, because we find out that she works for Aaron, who is in real estate investing, and so she kind of starts talking to us, and this was before the surgery, but you know, just kind of, it's just kind of in the back of your mind, and then come to find out,
I know Aaron, and I've known Aaron for 10 years. You know, I knew him way back, and back then, you know, he was just flipping houses and didn't, you know, had a small company, came in from LA, you know, and I didn't really know what he did back then. I mean, we were just acquaintances, and you know, it just, you know.
But it kind of, I mean, the thing that clicked the most was, it's like, you know, here he is doing all this strenuous everything and taking the, you know, the danger of it with his life and everything, and he's making 50 grand, but not really 50 grand. A race if he wins, and like Aaron makes that like in 2 days or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
He flips like one house, and
Right.
So we're thinking, wait a second.
Yeah.
We called and we went to dinner and started to pick his brain, and he invited us to the 2-day seminar. And I could go, but Brandon could not, because he was going to be out of town, away from us again. So when I went, and it was just light bulb moment, like, wow, there's so much to learn here. So super educational. I even learned, the first thing I learned was, wow, we can take our 401ks, which we both have, and we can invest in properties, which nobody, you know, I didn't know that. We didn't know that. We didn't know that was possible. So just the educational fact of what we've learned. I've been to several of the seminars now, and every time I just seem to learn something new, and it blows my mind.
Yeah, I mean, and Aaron's been a huge mentor to me. I mean, we've gone to the auction together. He taught me everything there is about the auction. We go to the properties beforehand, and we drive around and look at what's up for auction and everything. And these auctions are, you know, 50 cents on the dollar. We put money in with him. I've invested with him on these properties, and you know, we're going to get like maybe 20-30% return on these properties, and it's amazing. I mean, it's, you know, these things are, it's crazy. You know?
I mean, I feel like now that the dream is possible, the new dream, because you know, before just thinking, oh, I'm going to be a driver and I get to drive forever, and it's going to be so much, but now, like, he, you know, before he's thinking, gosh, why am I doing all this wear and tear on my body, and I don't get to be that guy with, you know, the $1 million that's investing in the race car. So now the dream is becoming reality, and that's huge for us.
Yeah, this is a new dream. Yeah,
Yes.
It's great.
So I've noticed that a lot of times, you know, people are intimidated by this kind of thing. They think, you know, it's untouchable, or they can't learn it, or it's above their heads, or it's not something that they could, you know, fathom learning. And I just want people to know that, I mean, this is something you can learn. Anybody can learn. It doesn't matter what stage you are in the game. I mean, I'm not a college graduate, and I learned it. I think it's something that's very easy to figure out. And I mean, there's just so much opportunity that I kind of think, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, in 2001, I mean, I was going over 200 miles an hour, and I mean, I thought that was my dream forever, our dream forever, and
exactly.
you know, this is our new dream, and I just want everybody to come out and join us. I mean, I'm thinking about ownership now. Reach out to us, take action, get in the game.
We can't wait to meet you. We hope to see you soon.
Change your mindset from a 6-figure income to an 8-figure income. Learn how the wealthy grow their net worth in real estate. Go to alpinecapitalsolutions.com. Classes are held once a month. See more info at alpinecapitalsolutions.com. Come meet Brandon and Tracy and join them. Call 317-319-1015. Monthly events are limited to 50 people. Contact us now at alpinecapitalsolutions.com and ask any questions or register by calling 317-319-1015.